And good morning, ball hockey fans across Canada. Wherever you are watching from this morning, we are live from the Lord Beaverbrook rink in St. John, New Brunswick this morning for another full day of coverage here on AO.live of these men's and women's A, the Masters and Legends Championships from Canada Ball Hockey. Hi everyone, my name is George Scott. I'll be here for the rest of the day. We've got 8 games to bring you on our schedule, a full day of ball hockey to bring you. Let's just come up inside the booth for just a moment so I can say hello to everybody. And there we are. This is our broadcast location here in this booth looking down over center floor. We're going to start things off this morning with a game in the, and they have a, well, showing the booth. There we'll start with a game in the Women's A competition. We've got to our left on the floor, when we come back to our main shot, you will see the Saskatoon Stingers, and they will take on the BC Selects. And that's going to be our first game of the day. Then we'll go to the Edmonton Cherry Pickers against Newfoundland and Labrador United. Then we're going to go through, actually all 4 divisions will play here at the Lord Beaverbrook. Today we're going to have games in the Women's A, the Men's A, the Masters, and Legends. You'll get the full spectrum of things throughout the day. Scheduled last game 8:30 last night. If you were watching, we only had 3 games on our schedule, yet we ended up about an hour behind. First 2 games went to overtime. What a night of ball hockey to kick things off, all in the Men's A. So first of all, first and foremost, a plea to all these teams playing today: no overtime, none. Please see if we can finish somewhere close to on schedule, but it's probably going to be pretty close between all these teams, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had some overtime. 8 teams registered in the Women's A competition, from British Columbia to Newfoundland and Labrador, and points in between. So let's head down to center floor. We're going to get ready now for the national anthem. Then we will get underway in this women's game. Settle back. We've got a full day of ball hockey, somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 13 hours of coverage to bring you. I'm going to do it again tomorrow, by the way. And there you see the 2 teams. Well, they're switching sides, it would appear, to start things off. BC will be the home team for this game. BC in the blue uniforms, the black pants. Saskatoon in the white, the gold. As I mentioned, we start with 2 games in the women's competition, and then we will switch over to the Legends. As the men's competition, Legends for players 44 plus. The 3 games in the Legends, 1 game in the Masters, come back for our women's game, and then the Men's A. Got all that straight? If you don't, and I don't expect you would, go to canadaballhockey.ca. Full schedules are there. All the results are posted as soon as they happen. The box scores are posted, so you can follow all the action on the website along with us live here on AO.live. Saskatoon Stingers down at the right around their goaltender. Final huddle before we get going. We will play 3 15-minute periods with brief intermissions between each period. When I say brief, I mean 2 minutes. And that's about it. And about 5 minutes between games. Teams get 5 minutes for warm-up prior to each game. So it goes by quickly once we get started. We don't get many breaks. And by not many, I mean essentially none. All right, we're not going to have the anthem to kick things off this morning. We're going to go right to the start of the game. Saskatoon Stingers, BC Selects, and here we go. first game in the Women's A. Yesterday, games were played in the Legends and the Men's A. It's the first competition for the women. Dumped in by Carlton. Ebery plays it to her defense partner. Pass up through the middle, that's intercepted. Which happens so often on those passes up the middle. Wappling to the front of the goal, and it's held by the goaltender, Jessica Herb, in goal for BC. Down at the other end, it's Natasha Vetter for Saskatoon. Haley Runnels will take the face-off for Saskatoon. They win it back at the point. Klein has it back towards center. Shot in. Lindsay Karsten looking for it. On it first, Emily Jude for BC to Melanie Zhu. And it's chipped out, racing onto it. This is Costales. Tried to get it in front. That was intercepted by Klein. BC stay on it, back to the point. Melanie Zhu. Comes back to Zhu. Long wrist shot, goes wide of the goal. Taken by Runnels. Runnels in front of her own goal, kicks it to the boards. Careful cutting in front of your own goal. She got away with it. Klein. Pass over to the right side. Teammates were changing, both teams changing. Nemeth coming off the bench, gets to it first for Saskatoon, plays it in. Taken back by BC. They'll try that flip pass down the floor. That's going to go by everybody. And that will be a flooring call against BC. We've played 1:44 here in the opening period. No score between these two teams in the Women's A competition. Nemeth against Steblin. Steblin won it. The ball comes out. Race for it. Winning that race is Sydney Payman. Payman in the corner. Behind her is Diedrichs. Into the near corner it comes. On it first, Verschein. For Saskatoon, all over her is Esther Ayalema. Ayalema has it. Fed in front, it's tipped, and the first save made by Natasha Vetter. There is Natasha Vetter, goaltender for the Saskatoon Stingers. She gets the nod. Alicia Poprowski is the backup. Backup for BC is Megan Buchanan. It's up along the half wall, kept in by BC. Good work there by Urbanek. Urbanek reaching for it. It'll come to the boards. Ornamos behind the goal gets it to Paige Smith, trying to work out in front. Ornamos plays it to the boards. Stepping out in front. She's got a chance to shoot it, put it just wide. Saskatoon no further than center. It's kept in. The Saskatoon end by BC. Seastrom doesn't shoot it. Dumps it into a corner. Kelsey Trache bounces it in front. Stingers come up with it. BC are changing. Back to get it. Brooke Tuba for BC. Hard off the boards. Knocked down smartly there by Chow, but it's kept in. That shot over the top of the goal by Lowen. Chow backhands it. Won't get out. Be kept in by Shelburne. Heyman trying to get it out. It's still inside the BC zone. Tuba has to go back to get it. Down the floor, getting to it first. Christie down in the corner for BC. Christie gets a return pass, put it just wide. Best scoring chance of the game right there. That's knocked down. Lugging it out is Runnels. She'll shoot it in and go into forecheck. On at first, Emily Jude. To Zhu. Chips it past the Saskatoon forechecker and brings it out. Zhu gets it all the way in over the blue line. Keeps on going. Into the corner. Against Thiessen. Zhu leaves it for Costalis back at the point. On the backhand, it's just sent back in deep. Thiessen with a chance to get it out. Stop, that's kept onside. Jude to Christie. Christie working down the right side. Stops in the corner, plays it back here at the right point. Jude, her shot, drifts over the top of the goal. Olema, right in front. Turning, getting a shot away, scores! BC get on the board first. The ball came out in the slot, and that's Sydney Payment with our opening goal. Olema, here's Payment in front. Manages to turn, get it to her forehand. The goaltender was screened. Never did see it. One nothing. BC. Goal comes with just over 9.5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Kept in at the right point by the Stingers. That's knocked down. Back comes BC right up the middle. That's dumped in. BC are changing. Wappling. Lavasseur. Reaching for it was Urbanek. Couldn't quite get it, and pinned to the boards. Ball comes free. Dumped in by Saskatoon. Back to get it, Tuba. Urbanek doesn't get out, kept in. Lowen with a good hard shot. Blocker save made by Herb. Embry lost it along the boards. Pokes it free. Finally Saskatoon control it. There's Lowen back at the point. That's tipped into the corner. Saskatoon on it first. Unable to center it. Ball goes up in the air at the side of the goal. Kick to the boards. And BC, enough of that. They'll send it down the floor. They'll accept a face-off back in their end. 7:58 left to go here in the opening period. 1-0 BC selects on a goal by Sydney Payment. Klein, her shot right on goal. Herb's got that, doesn't give up a rebound. Face-off win for BC. Melanie Zhu over on the other side. Wojtacek. Dumped in. Hustling in the forecheck, Kelsey Trache. Trache will get there first for BC around the boards to Dahlstead. Actually, it's 92. Chow. Her shot, one off a leg, goes to the far boards. Zhu back at the point. Trache. Jude. Shot wide. Stingers on it. Kiana Dietz no further than the blue line. They maintain possession. We get a change in. Dietz goes to the bench. And coming on was Karst, and she's got it. Karst in along the boards, trying to spin off the boards. Karst got out in front, then had the ball roll off her stick. Following up on it is... That was Lindsay Karst. That looked twice. Two Karsts out there. Lindsay Karst, 11, and 21, Alana Karst. Vereshine played it to an open wing. Peason got there first, and it rolls into the goaltender, and Vetter will hold on to it. Too many players out there for Saskatoon. We get one to the bench, and now we're set to go. BC win the faceoff. Shot on goal. Save was made by Vetter. Ball ends up in behind the goal. On it first. Costalis comes right out in front. Good save by Vetter, and then she'll cover the rebound. Face-off will be to her right. LaSalle against Christie. Christie wins the face-off. Right back to the point. Seastrom doesn't shoot it. Going along the boards. Shot from the top of the circle. Hit some legs in front. Didn't get through. It's loose. Chance for BC. Another chance. Another save by Vetter. So the ball rattled around in front of the Saskatoon goalkeeper. Diedrichs for Saskatoon. She has it taken away. Costalis plays it in around behind the goal. On it first, Senger. Will be kept in. Seastrom. BC will get in a change. It's Christie on the ball. Christie got it right in front. Then it's tipped wide. Good shift here for the Selects. Already leading it 1-0. Now a chance for Saskatoon to get it out. They do. The ball will go up into the Saskatoon players' bench. Face off just outside the BC blue line. Saskatoon win the face-off, but it gets by Shebelben. She's got to go all the way back in her own end to get it. Throws it up around the boards. Kept in by BC. Good pass. Shot just over the top of the goal. Esther Bolema with a terrific pass. Created a good scoring chance. Again, it's kept in by BC. Nikki Lone will try it this side. Gets it to Kiana Dietz. Dietz sends it down in deep. Embury behind her goal. Into the corner. That's Brooke Tuba. She'll play it off the glass. Down the floor, and I think this is going to be enough to get a whistle. And it is. Jew right up the middle, trying to run onto it is Urbanek, and the goaltender Vetter came out and played it away. BC still have it. That shot, good save by Vetter as Ronimo's got away a good shot. Vetter's been busy. He's given up the 1 goal, but has made a number of big saves to keep it just a 1-goal game. Off the boards, Saskatoon with a chance to get it out. They don't. Good play by Melanie Zhu to poke that free. Ronamos wide open off the heel of her stick. Didn't get much on that. Jude taking her time, just get rid of it. Thiessen knocks it down for Saskatoon, plays it ahead. And come back towards the Saskatoon blue line, chipped off the boards, back into the BC end. Seastrom, good pass. This went off the stick of Trache. BC will follow up on it, get it in behind the Saskatoon goal. Seastrom takes it back behind her own goal. That comes out over the red line. Having to go back in her own end to get it is Senger. Off the stick of Wappling. Can't get it out. This will come out, but pass is missed over on that right side. So Saskatoon will change. BC with the ball. Trache. Trache down into the corner. Working in there against Wappling. Costalis in there now for BC. As the players piling along the boards, BC come up with it. Shot, save made, rebound is still there. Jenna Prue battling for it. Good job to come off the boards. Got away a good shot, and again Vetter with another big save. Costalis trying to get it in front of the goal. Ball's out at center, taken there by Saskatoon. Stopped. Brooke Tuba with a good play. Tuba will bring it in for BC. Knocked off her stick by Lowen. Lowen off the boards. She's doing good work over there for Saskatoon. Ahead to Carleton. Can't get any further than center. BC take over. Payment, the goal scorer, chips it in. Back first for the Stingers. Wappling. That's going to be a flooring call as it was dumped in from their own side of the center red line. And for those who've listened and watched a lot of our webcasts over the years, I apologize for repeating myself. I know a lot of people are watching for the first time and they're saying flooring. What's he talking about? Isn't that icing? Pretty much everybody in the ball hockey world calls it icing. The rule book calls it flooring, so I continue my crusade to get it called flooring. I've converted George Gortzos, former president of the ISBHF, to using flooring. And my broadcast partner from last week at the Junior Nationals, Andrew Piercy, said, let's call it flooring. I said, okay, let's do it. So I'm going to continue until the entire ball hockey world sees it my way. I may have to be doing this a long time before that happens. Runnels in to take the face-off for Saskatoon. The scramble draw goes to the boards. Taken behind the goal by Seastrom. She's got Karst over her. Urbanek quickly ahead. Good pass on the left side. Smith back to Gronamos. Taken behind the goal. Shevelben. Outlet through the middle. Trying to get free as Runnels knocked off her stick. Time winding down here in the first period, and there is the buzzer to signal the end of the opening 15 minutes. 1-0, BC Selects lead the Saskatoon Stingers after our first period. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back. And during that 2-minute break, let's hear from the official sponsor for all these national championships, makers of fine ball hockey equipment, Napper. And so after that brief intermission, we are back for period number 2. Just underway, another 15 minutes to go. Wojciech has stopped at center, brought back in by Carlton. The pass misfired, looking for Lowen. Wappling back. Over to Singer. Singer looking for Carlton. It was touched, so play will continue. Embury gets it up along the boards for BC. No further. Back in behind the goal on it first. Carlton tried to center it, intercept it. BC with it. Carlton was stopped. BC with it. Tuba. That's a little bit too far for Trache. Brought back in by Singer. Easy shot on goal. No trouble there for Jessica Herb. Emily Jude couldn't get it out. Karst was trying to get it out in front of the goal. It's kept in behind by BC. Good defending there. That pass is onside, says the referee. Prue couldn't get it to the front of the goal, though. Everything to the outside right now, both teams. Shebelben around the boards to Klein. Looking for Runnels. That was intercepted. Jus, Melanie Jus, threw it out in front, nobody home. Back in the high slot, unable to get a shot through. That was Stebelben. BC maintaining possession, though, in the Saskatoon end. Jude steps in, shoots it over the top of the goal. Comes off the end boards, cleared away by Vetter. Good hustle by Dahlstedt to keep it in. Dahlstedt with a shot that goes wide. Seastrom on the far side. Seastrom in the circle. Her shot went off a leg, then kicked away by the goaltender. Back to Seastrom. Another shot. Another save by Vetter. Back to Seastrom. So Lema. Seastrom fed it right through the crease. Kept in by BC. Good shift here. Here's Seastrom with another chance. Missed the target. Reynolds picks it up. Great shift for Missy Seastrom. Misty Seastrom. Ball is held against the boards. Terrific shift that time by the Selects. Seastrom with a handful of chances. Ball goes up in the air. Lowen trying to get it out. She does. Good pass for Dietz. Dietz will get it finally. Clear it in. Back to pick it up, Dahlstedt. That's knocked down right in front. Dietz with a chance. The second chance. Another big save made by Jessica Herb. Maybe her toughest chances of the game. Stingers had a chance to, BC had a chance to move it, put it right on the stick of Dietz, who got away a shot, and then there was a fire drill in front of the goaltender. Saskatoon with their best scoring opportunity of the game. There's Jessica Herb. Yeah, Stingers were in complete control back in their own end, and again, instead of using the boards, tried to go up the middle. And I know, broken record, but so often that turns into a bad idea. Saskatoon on it now. They're having a good shift. They'll respond to the good shift BC had a moment ago. Runnels against the boards. Battling in there. BC come up with it. Can't get it out. Knocked down by Senger. Now they'll bring it out. Wojtacek gets it down in deep. Wojtacek's got it. Wojtacek was looking for the return pass. The ball just hopped over her stick. Runnels passed it back, and that'll allow BC to bring it out. Both teams changing. Wojtacek all alone on the rush. Good speed by Costales to get there. First gets it to the side of the goal. It's jammed against the side of the goal and then held there for a whistle. Let's change that. That's actually Alicia Poprosky in goal now for the Stingers. Missed that, but it is Poprowski in goal now. Ball is still loose in front of her. It's back towards the point. Jude got a stick on it, and it's cleared. Diedrichs racing to it. Good speed shown by Emily Jude to get there first for BC. Prue dumps it in. Nemeth for Saskatoon. Fenn on that first pass. The shot came in, cleared away by the defense. The backhand hits the outside of the goal. Costellas intercepted that up at the blue line. Now it'll be kept in. Dahlstead, her shot goes wide. And it is Wappling. Can't get it out. Kept in by Payment. Singer over in the corner. She'll play it back behind her goal. On it first, Bolema. There's that pass up the middle, picked off. Dahlstead steps in. Good hard wrist shot. Just missed. Steblin holding it in along the boards. Saskatoon finally clear it just down to the BC blue line. Pass too far for Payment, and that'll bring about a face-off back in the BC end. Seastrom. Pass was in behind Olema. She can't catch up to it, so now the face-off will come back down to our right once again. 8:24 to go, second period. Lowen in to take the face-off for Saskatoon against Ronimos. BC control it. Seastrom. It's kept in, and the swing at it by Klein just failed to connect. Ball goes in behind the goal and brought out by BC. It passes off the mark. Saskatoon back in their own end. They've got it. Picked off by Saskatoon. Klein over on the left side to Lowen. Tried to give it back to Klein. That was stopped by Seastrom. Dahlstead off the boards. Urbanek. She'll just flip it down the floor. And this is going to get over the goal line. And once again, BC guilty of flooring. Third time in the last minute. Thiessen backhands it in for Saskatoon. Comes to the near corner. BC on it first. That's Embury. She does good work to come away with the ball out of the corner. Headman it to Wojtacek. Down into the far corner. Good hustle by Sharon Chow. Held against the side of the net. Still loose though. Comes into the corner. Saskatoon on it, trying to get it out. Lindsay Karst. BC move it quickly as Saskatoon were changing. Embury. Back to Wojtacek. Wojtacek will shoot it in and head to the bench. Four players in that far corner down to our left. Runnels comes away with it. And she will control it. Back to Beershine, back to Runnels. Runnels lost it as she tried to come off the boards. Backhand, saved by Poprowski. Poprowski's got it. Ball is loose, now the whistle goes. A timeout has been called by Saskatoon with 6:18 to go in period number 2. They've had trouble clearing their own end when BC has been in pressuring, so I suspect that may be a big part of the conversation. Head coach Justin D'Entremont talking to the players. It's D'Entremont on your right. Also coaching the Saskatoon Buffalo in the men's A. It was last year before, Justin played in 2 events and coached 2 teams. He got a bunch of medals that year. Busy guy. Good job to hold it in there by Jude. BC will go to work again. Tipped right in front. Poprowski kicks it away. Got the right pad down. Saskatoon with a chance to move it. They'll just chip it out. Over there first is Prue. And it is dumped in. BC get their first, flip it out, off the boards. Getting back first is Wappling, can't get it out though. Olema with a shot. That hit the defenseman in front. And we come out. Jude got there first for BC. Pass here on the left side. Shot in behind the goal, on it first. Olema. Good play to get it in front of the goal. BC player went down, diving for it. That was Steblin. It's kept in though by the selects. Seaster with a shot. That one off of Dahlstedt. That's put in behind the goal. Under 5 to play here in the second. Had to walk right out in front. That was Bolema. Poprowski stayed with her, made the save. Shot by Dahlstedt. Ended up in behind the goal. Dietz couldn't chip it out. Payment looking for it. In to help her out is Melanie Zhu. Zhu keeps it in. Lowen finally gets it out for Saskatoon, but BC have it again back in their own end. Dahlstedt to Payment. Saskatoon were changing. Steblin shoots, scores! Natasha Steblin, bad change that time by the Saskatoon Stingers, led to that goal. You see Saskatoon players just going off, and here's Steblin in. Trying to catch up to her was Sanger, couldn't quite do it. And the second goal for BC. Goal comes with 3:58 to go in the second. Now a 2-goal lead. Shevelman gets it in to Runnels. Runnels turning off the board, centers it. Comes into the near corner. Alana Karst. Karst working off the boards. Karst with a shot. Scores! As she rips it just under the crossbar, short side. What a shot. Alana Karst. Karst does a great job here. You see her pick it up in the corner. And nobody stops her, just goes right between the two BC players, steps out, and just that little tiny sliver of room up over the left shoulder of the goaltender. Karst finds it. And a great response by Saskatoon. 16 seconds after BC scored to make it a 2-goal game. Saskatoon cut it back to a 1-goal lead. Embury got it ahead, chasing after it. Wojciech. Oh, she had Sharon Chow in front. Ball just bounced a little bit. Chow couldn't get her stick on it. Diedrichs ahead to Nemeth. Nemeth doesn't get it out. Ball goes up in the air. Kept in by BC. Bobrovsky got a glove on it. It bounced out of her glove and came in the second time. This time she's got it and holds on. Again, BC control it from the faceoff. Into the slot area, turning and shooting. A good save by Bobrovsky, then is put through the crease. Amanda Christie with a great opportunity there for the Selects. Long shot in over the top of the goal, taken by Melanie Zhu. BC maintained possession. Christie. Costalis. Into the corner. She'll go and get it herself. Vera shines on her. Christie kicks it up to her stick. That was Costalis. Carlton trying to get away. She couldn't. Quickly ahead. Christie. Molema. Down into the corner. Picked up by Thiessen. And Lindsay Karst working against you, or Jude, 93. Thiessen trying to play it up around the board. She'll try a second time, and this time it does come out. Just. Stedlin had that breakaway goal earlier. Kept in. Molema knocked off her stick by Lowen. Payment in there first for BC. Payment getting herself free. Payment takes it behind the goal. Stops up back there. She's got Callista Sanger watching her. Runnels had a chance to move it, had it knocked off her stick. Molema will keep it in. Molema, top of the circle, winds up with a big slap shot. That was knocked down by Diedrichs. Diedrichs ahead, we got a breakaway. Karst to the backhand. Save made. And the ball was held in the crease. Did the defenseman put their hand over it? No. Referee ran in there quickly to have a look. Great chance for Karst in the breakaway, and Jessica Herb with a big save to keep her team in front by 1. Into the final minute in this second period, 40.1 seconds left. Drifted in towards goal. It went right to the goaltender, Herb, who played it into the corner. Got through all that traffic. Smith in along the board. Smith tried to get it to Urbanek. Urbanek is in the high slot, fanned on it. It's kept in. Ramos. As the buzzer goes, teams trade goals in that second period, 2-1. BC leading after 30 minutes of play. Again, we will take a very brief 2-minute intermission, and we'll be back after hearing from Napper. Been a one-goal game as we head into the third period between Saskatoon Stingers. The BC selection is Women's A competition, Women's A game, these national championships. Hook Tuba over to Embury. Pass just a little bit too far, but trying to catch up to it is Trache. She can't. Getting back first is Sanger. Wappling. Kept in by BC over to an open wing. Sanger's on it first for Saskatoon. Wojtacek will get it down in deep for BC. Wappling turning. Again, still onside. Brought in Christie. Her shot kicked away by Bobrovsky. Costalis. And behind the goal. BC working down low. Now get it back to the point. Let's swing it this side. Shot by Jude off the end boards. Jude pinching in from the right post. It's tipped past her and it'll come out. Costalis. Quickly ahead. Good pass for Prue as he gained the zone. Sanger comes away with the ball for Saskatoon. Hard around the glass. Carlton. She stopped. Ball sits in the middle of the floor, kept in by BC. That shot by Bolema over the top of the goal into the corner, comes up along the near boards. Seastrom in on it. Seastrom in the corner. Holding off Sanger, gets it behind the goal. They work it out in front. Bobrovsky's got it and holds on. Pretty good start to the women's competition here at these national championships. 1 goal game right now, 12.5 to go in regulation time. As I mentioned off the top, we had 3 games in the men's A here last night. That hit somebody over the bench. Play continues. And 2 of those 3 games went to overtime, and 1 was settled with an empty net goal, our final game. So looks like we're in for a very competitive week of ball hockey. And what we've seen so far from the men's and here early in the women's competition. Of course, it's only 2 of the 8 teams. Up next, we've got the Edmonton Cherry Pickers against Newfoundland and Labrador United. Urbanek with a shot, kicked away. Rebound is there. Dahlstedt with a shot, another save made by Bobrovsky. And that ball will come all the way out and back down into the BC end. Dahlstedt quickly ahead. Good pass to Urbanek. That's kept in. And behind the goal. Smith, she fell down, got the ball in front though. Cleared away by Klein. Klein turning in the corner. Out it comes. And that'll bring about a face-off back in the Saskatoon end. Stolen by BC. They're trying to jam play at the side of the goal. Bobrovsky holds the fort. And behind the goal, Vershine has it for Saskatoon, but she was surrounded and lost the ball to BC, comes to the near boards. Saskatoon on it first, up the middle, and stepping up there was Melanie Zhu, prevent the Saskatoon player Runnels from getting to the ball. Zhu. Jude diving for it, but Saskatoon have it. Nice little back pass. Here's Kirst with a shot. There was room on that far side. It just went wide. What a great little back pass. Alana Kirst to Lindsay Kirst. like they've played together before. I'm sure they have. Costalis into the middle for Prue. Bobrovsky made the save, couldn't control the rebound. Going behind the goal, battling for it back there is Wappling. Out it comes. Seastrom hustling. Well, play to continue. Under 10 to go. Came off the boards. Carlton stole it. Dietz can't get a shot away. Good work there by Costalis to get back and tie up the stick of Dietz. Good poke check by Sanger. Carlton, Christie pushing each other against the boards. Two more players come in and the referee blows the whistle. Turning, Bolema, she'll bring it in over the right side. Stops up inside the blue line, plays it to the center of the floor, picked off there by LaSalle. Knocked off her stick. Payment in looking for it, taken away by Sanger. Lavasseur for Saskatoon gets it down into the BC end. Back first, Dahlstedt. Actually, it's number 2, Steblin. Again, 4 players go into the boards. Referee's having a close look. He's yelling, move it. Not sure they want to. It is still up against the boards. It is stuck there right now. And played out. It's going to be a penalty coming up to Saskatoon, I believe. No. Back referee put his arm up. That was to indicate ball was shot from onside of center. I misread the signal. I thought maybe there's going to be a penalty for interference, but not the case. We'll continue on 5-on-5. It was touched. Klein goes back in her own end. Tried to reverse it along the boards. Kept in by BC. Urbanek along the boards, protecting the ball into the center. Shot, oh, good save by Bobrovsky on that shot by Tuba. She read that well. That one is wide. Down into the corner. Runnels. Tuba's on her. Runnels. Top of the circle. Shot right on. Goal. It trickles just wide, then goes in. It's a big shot from top of the circle by Runnels. Goaltender made the save and it bounced around in front of her. Came loose. Looked like BC were going to clear it. Here's Runnels. Steps in off the boards. Let's go. Good shot. The save is made. The ball is still loose there. And it is tapped home. We've got ourselves a tie game. We're not getting the announcements of the goal scorers. May have been cursed. tapped it home. Alana Karst. It's unofficial. Good pass here on the near side. Chow into the middle. Jude with a shot. That ends up in the corner along the boards. 6 minutes to play in this 2-2 tie. Back at the point, nobody over there for BC, so back to pick it up. Zhu almost picked off at center. They just did make the announcement, but unfortunately, folks just couldn't hear it, couldn't pick it out. Dahlstedt reverses it to Seastrom. Costalis down the middle trying to split the defense. Singer got back, knocked the ball off her stick. Lindsay Karst. That's too far for Runnels, and we'll get a face-off back in the Saskatoon end. Under 5 to play. Timeout, Saskatoon. Off our opening, I begged all teams not to have any overtime today. Not sure they listened. Got another really close game going here. 4:58 to go here in the third. I mentioned last night 2 or 3 games went to overtime, and we only had 3 games yesterday evening, and we were still nearly an hour behind. I hate to think what would happen if we have a number of overtimes in our 8 games today. But still, 5 minutes to go in this one, or just under 5. Yeah, they'll hold it against the boards. Payment got there. It's kept in by BC along the boards. Trying to work off the boards was Olema. Well, the ball is just stuck to the boards this period. A lot of battles just like we're seeing right now. Payment's got the ball on her stick. Trying to play it back to the point, picked off by Karst. In behind Runnels. Seastrom kicked it to her stick and then keeps going. Sanger gets there. Sanger for Saskatoon puts on the brakes, comes out the other way. That went off the stick of Seastrom. Back in. Sanger's got it again. Looking for Runnels. Runnels turning. Be careful taking it in to that area in front of the goal, but she gets away. To center, shoots it in. Lowen on it first for Saskatoon. Nikki Lowen, top of the circle. Passes it back out towards the blue line. Payment is there for BC. Lowen has it, a shot. That went off the stick of Steblin, out of play. Kiana Dietz took a shot that went wide of the goal. She's got it again. This is Dietz, will backhand it in. Tuba. Embury On her right away was Costales, and it comes into the goaltender, Herb, who'll hold on. Dietz with his shot right on goal. Herb's got that. Knocks it behind her own goal. Picked up by her defense. BC. Embry. To Tuba. Up to Smith. She stopped. It comes off the boards. Still kept in by Saskatoon. Now that came out. That came out. Saskatoon player in there did not hear the referee's yelling. They had a chance to hold it in, but a little bit of a stick handle out at center brought it out over the red line. So the face-off is going to come. They're going to bring it just outside the blue line or all the way back. That's the discussion that's happening right now between the two officials and Melanie Ju of BC. Okay, going to bring it just outside the blue line. Dumped in by Saskatoon, back to pick it up. Melanie Ju. Right up the middle, intercepted, thrown in front. Unable to get a shot away though was Nemeth. Back they come the other way. Trache scores! That was Trache to Chow. And a big goal for BC. Trache. Chow's on the right, making a run for the goal here. Takes on her backhand, able to get it to the forehand somehow. Down that deep. Quick hands. Didn't look like she had room to go to her forehand. BC back in front, just 2:10 left to go. Now we'll keep an eye down in the Saskatoon goal. Down by a goal as we're under 2 minutes to play. BC come up with it to the boards. They'll hold it in. Dahlstead with a shot. Knocked down by the defense. Cleared but not out. Christie back in deep. Costales. Backhands it behind the goal. Kirst. Minute 20 to go. Gets rid of it. BC would love to just throw it in and keep it in there. BC changing. Thiessen quickly ahead for Runnels. Off the boards. Costales reaching for it. Played back behind a goal by Steblin. Embry up along the boards. Good work over there by Payment. She'll get it out. Goaltender is still in for Saskatoon. 45 seconds left. Comes right in front of the goal. Backhand. Propowski's got it. But we are down to 37 seconds left to go in regulation time, and the face-off will be in the Saskatoon end. Ball goes to the far boards. Time running out on Saskatoon. Dietz gets it. Knocked down. Payment knocked it down with the hand. Touches it first, so play allowed to continue. Down in deep. BC controlling it right where they want to. in the Saskatoon end of the floor. That shot over the top of the goal. Payment has it. Backhands it in front. 8 seconds. 5. Time is going to run out on Saskatoon. 1.4 seconds left to go. We get our first penalty of the game. There were a few more seconds left. 1.4, face-off deep in BC territory. The ball was over out in the neutral floor area with 1.4. I assumed this thing was over, but clean win, one shot. That's all you've got. So if you're BC, you really want to tie up this face-off. Net is empty. They've got 6 out there. Dietz is in the trigger position. Right-handed center taking the face-off. It's going to be tough for her to draw it back to Dietz. That's Lowen. Tried to push it towards the goal. It's cleared to the boards, and the buzzer does go. Okay, they weren't going to pull it back at all. They were going to push it forward. That's the reason for the right-handed draw in there. Moot point. BC hangs on to win this one, 3-2. Opening game of the women's competition here at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink in St. John, New Brunswick. We will stay for the player of the game presentations, and then we'll take a little break, and we will have a little bit longer than normal break. Next game scheduled for 11:05. It's 10:46 right now. So if Elio can do these game presentations quickly, we will get a few minutes break. Normally we get about 5 minutes. We make it 15. It'll seem like forever. Up next, we've got another game, the women's A. Edmonton Cherry Pickers taking on Newfoundland and Labrador United. And here is Elio Pascuzzo with the player of the game announcements. Alicia Poprovsky, player of the game. Kept her team in it. Shireen Chow, player of the game, got the winning goal. All right, folks, so we will step aside for a few minutes. Our next game is scheduled for 18 minutes from now. Again, it'll be Edmonton Cherry Pickers, Newfoundland and Labrador United. We invite you to come back and join us then. So we'll take a break. We'll be back. You're watching the 2023 Men's and Women's A Masters and Legends National Ball Hockey Championships from St. John, New Brunswick.